guys, so today I'm filming kind of a rant video on something that I thought is kind of important to talk about since it's such a huge app in the social media world, has been for a few years now. Let's get on into this video. Before we start this video, I just want to say I threw my hair up in this bun because I'm just not having it with my hair today, and my makeup is just natural. And I have a video on it, which I will link down below in the description box. And don't mind these baby hairs because I was stupid enough to cut them thinking they were gonna go back, but they haven't yet. Like, slowly, a little bit at a time, so I look like, I don't even know, a boy or something. So I titled this video Instagram Taking Over My Life. Let's take it back here a bit. When Instagram first came out, I was obviously obsessed with the app like anyone else would be. I mean, that's at least into photography and pictures and, you know, themes and stuff like that. So I was super into it that way. And I loved it. I loved kind of having like a photo journal type thing of, you know, displaying all my pictures for my friends and family. Not so much family because I don't follow that many family members on Instagram. Just to see, you know, see what they're up to and stuff like that. And it was like a digital album where you could see all of your, you know, moments, which was really nice. But I found there were kind of starting to be some problems for me with this app. So, you know, first thing I kind of noticed was I was spending so much time on this app. I literally would wake up in the morning, while I'm eating my breakfast, I'd be going through my Instagram feed. When I'd be on lunch at school, I'd be going through my Instagram feed. When I was home from school, I'd be going through my Instagram feed. Before I went to bed, I'd be going on my Instagram feed. So that's already like a minimum 4 times a day, just kind of designated to Instagram, which is kind of a lot if you think about it. And, you know, you're kind of, what's the word, like straining or giving your hands a constraint on your phone for that time. So it's obviously not good for your wrists if you're always and your fingers on your phone holding it this one way like 4 times a day, 7 days a week. That, just add that up, that's a lot of time to be on your phone in general. And then this new kind of concept idea came out of Instagram themes. And themes meaning, you know, all your pictures would kind of align and the colors would kind of coordinate, whether they were all warm tones or cool tones or all sepia or all black and white. Everyone started to have this theme. Or they would have, you know, food or selfies. So going with that, I would try to keep up with my theme, and I would try to make sure I was uploading photos that, you know, went with the previous photo or the ones prior or the one underneath it. So I started obsessing over kind of the way my photos looked together as a whole, which was kind of crazy as like a girl, you know, you're going on your phone to, you know, show the world a picture and you have to like go through this mental thing of making sure it goes with the whole color scheme of your like Instagram profile. I don't know, it just seemed a little bit ridiculous to me. And then on top of that, you'd have to make sure you didn't have too many selfies in a row or too many food items in a row. I know people use VSCO Cam now, I think, to kind of, you know, scope out what their photos are going to look like laid out if it was put onto Instagram. I don't mess with that. I know that, you know, that's kind of how people preset their theme nowadays. And then I would only use like certain filters. So obviously everyone's gonna have like their preference of what they like to kind of screen or filter their photo with, but I literally had like a couple I would go between, and I would go on VSO Cam or VSCO Cam, whatever it's called, and I still do now, to edit my photos in that app only, and I'd have a certain amount of brightness and exposure and contrast and shadowing I'd put on every single photo, and it just got so nuts. And then on top of that, it would take me forever to come up with a caption, you know, does this sound too cheesy? Does this sound lame? Is this cool? I don't know, like, should I do a quote? Nobody does quotes anymore. So I feel like even a caption, like people just leave their photos like captionless sometimes nowadays because it's just like, does this saying or these words go with the representation of my photo? And then I feel like most people, maybe not most people, but I feel like a lot of girls, maybe some guys too, you know, would start comparing their likes to not even other people's photos but your own. You'd be like, oh, okay, well this photo got this many likes, so this one's got to get at least double, or it has to get at least close to that amount in order to be kind of in the same category of likeness in photos. Like, it was just so crazy. Like, the fact that girls would, you know, think that likes were such an important thing, which really, it's like, at the end of the day, as long as you like the photo and you're uploading it for yourself and your own kind of satisfaction to go with your like digital photo album, you know, that's all that matters. And then I don't know if anybody else does this, but I know that I had certain days I would upload photos. I didn't really do this at the beginning of having my Instagram account open. I would kind of just upload when I felt like it, which I feel like is what you should do. Like, hey, I went out to an event, I feel like posting a photo about it. I mean, that's what I feel like our minds are programmed to do or should be doing, but instead it's like, oh, okay, well, most people are on their phones or aren't doing their homework or studying on their Sunday night, so I'm gonna upload at 7 o'clock, which most people will be on Instagram at that time. Like, that was my mentality of how I'd upload photos. And then going back to the amount of times I check it a day, I only really check Instagram now maybe once a week, not even. I can't even tell you now the last time I remember checking Instagram. I only really check it now when, you know, my friends tell me that they went to an event, or you know, there was a promposal in my grade or something like that and I want to see the video clip, or my boyfriend says, hey, look at this photo, or my sister says, hey, look at this chick's outfit, it's super cute. I'll go and search them up on Instagram. That's kind of how I find myself gearing back to looking at people. You know, and then at times I would contemplate deleting the app because I was going on it so much. But I still don't want to delete it. I do like the idea of Instagram and going through, you know, your feed every now and then and kind of uploading your own photos and sharing them with your friends. I find that that's all important to life nowadays. It's such a huge part of social media, which is, you know, fortunate and unfortunate at the same time. Just like anything else, it's gonna have pros and cons. What I used to do is I'd literally have to go through my whole feed at once. I could never stop because I knew that if I got out of that app momentarily and then go back, it would scroll me up to the top, and I'm pretty sure it still does that if I'm not mistaken, but I just would find that so annoying. So I'd literally sit there for hours no matter what. If I was tired or whatever, about to have dinner, no, I'd have to finish going through my Instagram feed before I continued with the rest of my day, which is like, who does that? Like, I feel like people do, but the amount of people I follow on Instagram, I guess that's why it would take me so long to go through my feed, because I'd be scrolling down so much. So to kind of bring everything together for this video and conclude it, that video was really ranty on kind of what my thoughts and processes were with Instagram, but basically now with the time that I've spent on Instagram, I've replaced that time with, you know, reading books, working on my YouTube channel, hanging out with friends, as opposed to like putting all my energy into this little source, this little phone right here of social media. So I think if you take anything away from this video, it's just to not get yourself lost in social media. Obviously, like I said, social media is a great thing. It's a great outlet, but it also can be quite, I don't want to say destroying, but like, you need to limit the time that you're on your computers and phones. So this isn't just for Instagram. I find that this is like for everything, but for me, my problem was Instagram because I'd be on it so much. That was probably my most used app on my phone. It would be always the first one on my current screens. You don't need double click your home screen button and all these screens come up. Like, Instagram would be there. That would be like the first or second one. So my final conclusion is, yes, take doses of your Instagram and your social media, but don't let it control your life. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know by leaving me a comment down in the comment section. Check out my description box. It has some cool information there, and I will see everyone in my next video. Bye guys.